Hello.
Hey! Hi, everyone. My name is Jess Markowitz, Superstar Director of Group Jessy's Angels Saving Lives. And we wanted to come to you today and talk to you about some of the top questions that potential team members of ours, people that are interested in joining Scentsy, ask us on a regular basis. So we thought we'd come together, all of us, and share those answers so we could just send you a video and get all your questions answered to the best of our ability. But there's going to be things that spark more questions and maybe even some concerns and make you go, And so please reach out to your potential sponsor. And if they don't know the answer, they will reach out to us and we'll be happy to get those questions and concerns answered. Okay, so this is an opportunity that we want to share with you. And so we want to make sure that you are educated on our products and our company. So a quote that we want to share with you from Orville Thompson, who is the Scentsy CEO of the company. It doesn't matter when you start your business. It is what you do with it when you do that matters. So it doesn't matter if you joined in 2004 or we're doing this video in 2017. It's what you do with it. It doesn't matter how many consultants are out there. You are unique, you are authentic, and you can do amazing things. So we want to really fast just go around and share who we are, because we are all unique. We work our businesses differently, different personalities, different styles, which makes us amazing, I believe, and a big happy family, which enables us to be able to be authentic. So I'm going to go ahead and start with back here.
Hello. My name is Michelle Brooks, and I am the director of Team Take Charge. And I've actually been with Scentsy for just over a year. And I am a former band director turned stay-at-home mom of 3. And I decided to join Scentsy because I wanted to get out of the house and meet new people and make new friends. And a year later, I'm doing just that.
Awesome.
Yay. That's it.
I'm Lauren Clift. I am director of Team Choose Your Destiny. I joined in 2014, so I'm almost 3 years. My background is in criminal justice. I was a 911 dispatcher and then a child abuse investigator and then a 911 dispatcher again. So I actually met my sponsor. I worked with her at CPS. So as much as I hated that job, there was a blessing behind it because I met my sponsor. And I pretty much initially joined just to make extra money. And then day 2 realized the potential and decided that I wanted to quit my job. So a year later, I made director and I did. And now I just do Scentsy full time.
Awesome. Hi guys, my name is Janette Kopecky and I am the director for Team Illumi-Nations. And I am, I've been with the company for about 3 years. So 2014, the end of February is when I joined. And the reason I started with Scentsy, a little bit of my background, throughout all of my younger years, which I'm not, that was just yesterday. All of my younger years, I worked in the jewelry business and I absolutely loved being in the people business, and I loved sparkles and I loved bling and I loved the whole aspect of being able to travel with my business and all of that. And then kids came along and my whole life changed, and we decided that I was going to stay at home. So I stayed at home to raise my children for quite some time, and going from being a very social person to staying at home was very difficult for me. So I went to begging my husband, can I please do something different? And in walks Jess, my sponsor, and now our superstar director, and she invited me to join. And because I love this product so much, I thought, I think I could probably do this. And so 3 years later, I'm really, really passionate about the business end of it, about the relationships that I've made, and all of these wonderful people and friends that are lifelong for me. So that's my story. I'm sticking with it.
My name is Blaschko, and I'm a director for Team Courage Over Comfort. I'm a very unique case because I had never tried Scentsy before and had done other direct sales companies, but never really did much with them, just kind of purchased for myself. But with Scentsy, I wanted to go into business to be home with my kids, kind of just not supplement income, but kind of help the income that was coming in the house to be able to do things that I was doing for my kids. And here we are today, and I'm a director. Little did I mean, it wasn't a vision for me to do that. It just kind of happened as I was working my business. So here we are.
Here we are. And your oldest baby's graduating.
My
and you're able
oldest,
to help
yes, my oldest baby's graduating this year. He's going to be going to UNR in Reno. We drive him up in August, and we're just hoping that everything goes well with it.
Hi, I'm Jess Markowitz, Superstar Director of Jessy's Angels Saving Lives, and I joined in 2011. And basically, in a nutshell, I had not found my purpose in life as a career until I found Scentsy. I bounced from job to job. The longest job I ever had was 2 years. And I just hit my 6-year mark with Scentsy, so that's huge. And so, but I do know now that the reason why I couldn't find stability or happiness in anything that I did, and I did a lot of different types of businesses and career fields, administration, management, sales, even entertainment, everything under the sun. And I always got bored. And it was interesting that I found Scentsy actually when I needed it the most, because we were desperately in need of income. I couldn't find a job to save my life in the small town that we lived in because we were former military. And I was actually looking for a job for over a year, but so I was on unemployment. And on the 11th month, my unemployment exhausted. And so that little bit of contribution of finances, we realized once it was gone that we couldn't even put food on the table anymore. And that was a very dark time in my life. And I went to a small retirement party and met a complete stranger. I never met her before, but she was wearing a Scentsy shirt. And I felt like it was my calling, that it was a sign saying, you know what, this is your last chance to get your life together and make some income for your family. And I went on my gut instinct, and the rest is history.
Yay!
It's changed my life forever, and it continues to do so.
And it's changed our lives too, so kudos to you.
So how can Scentsy benefit you? You might be asking yourself that. Some of the common ways that people decide to join Scentsy are maybe to make a car payment, all expenses paid trip vacation because you want to travel and maybe you don't travel much. Scentsy has opportunities to earn free trips. Personal growth, which we all have discussed in many conversations we've had, that the personal growth that we've all received in our journeys has changed our lives forever and contributed to so many personal situations in our life that has helped us through certain circumstances. Maybe pay for sports fees. Hey, my kid does travel ball, baseball. If you know anything about it, it's expensive. And so we travel with hotels and food and everything, and my daughter's in karate. So maybe to help your sports fees, maybe just build friendships. I have to say, these 4 ladies have become my best friends, and I didn't know them before Scentsy, but these are the ladies that I cry on their shoulder. I call when I need advice. And
we've seen each other at our worst.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
At our best.
Yes. Shower caps and all. I hope that made you guys laugh.
And you were naked too.
I was naked, so I was like, oh, I put a blanket right here.
Sorry, for real.
TMI. Okay. So, okay. Or maybe
we can't guarantee that that's what you're going to get when you join.
I know.
Just FYI.
So there might be something completely different. We don't know. You may just be looking to raise some money for a cause or whatever that may be. There's so many opportunities of why Scentsy could be a great opportunity for you. So we wanted to share with you a little bit about our company and how it was founded, because the company really does have a different culture than any other direct sales company or even company that any of us, we've all powwowed and talked about the places we've worked, people we've worked for. And there's something about the culture that is so unique. And if you meet any Scentsy consultant that is involved in their business, they speak nothing but the most highest compliments, and just they feel like it's a big family. And that's why we call ourselves Scentsy Family. That's the name of our company. So who is Scentsy? Who founded it? Funny enough, it was a couple of stay-at-home moms that we all currently are, and except for this one, she's working on our Scentsy baby. So two women, Colette Gunnell and Kara Egan, they're sisters-in-laws. They were watching an Oprah Winfrey show one day, and they were talking about entrepreneurship, and they kind of looked at each other and said, you know what, I want to invent something, because, you know, I could do that. I want to continue to stay home with my kids, but, you know, so I want to invent something that's going to be helpful to stay-at-home moms. And so what came to mind was they stay-at-home moms. What does that mean? That you're home most of the time, right? Your home is your sanctuary. It's where you are every day, all day, except for the grocery store and all those type of things, and get the kids. And so they wanted an alternative to candles, because candles back in the day before our wickless candle made your home smell a certain way. Homey, clean, whatever that may be. It creates a certain emotion in a mood. But they wanted an alternative that didn't have fire involved and the toxins that are given out. That's a safer alternative to candles for their children, for their animals, and for themselves. So they came up with the wickless candle, which is our wax and warmers. And about not quite a year after that, they were at a home show, which is like a festival or carnival that you may or may not have been to in your area, that they had a booth set up with their products, and Orville Thompson, which is now the CEO of Scentsy, had a booth right across the way, and he was selling mops. And so he moseyed on over there because he saw a bunch of, you know, ruckus going on, but good just the booth was full. So he was very curious, okay, what's going on over there? He went over, and the first fragrance that he picked up was banana bread. And banana bread immediately brought him back to the kitchen of his in his grandma's house when he was a kid. And he immediately said, there's something to this product. I had an emotion, a memory that just made me happy. So he went straight home to his wife, Heidi, and said, smell this. And that's probably the same. And at first she was like, no more businesses, because they were actually $400,000 in debt from the last big business he tried to do. So she said, no, we're not doing this. We're almost going bankrupt. But then once she took that whiff, she said, there's something to this, which is exactly what he said when he first smelled it. So they said, you know what? We're going to swing for the fences. And I'm going to show you a picture of that top one. Was the crate, the shipping crate that they started in. They would, he would work 12 hours a day with the mops, come back to the farm and where the shipping crate was, and mix wax and pour it in the molds and package orders. And then he would actually sleep in the shipping crate and then get right back up and go to his job for mops, you know, for the rest of the day. And he did that for a few months. And fast forward, this was in 2004. Fast forward, this is the Scentsy Commons today. And this is just a portion of the land. They actually own an entire block, which is acres. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's like going to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. It's just happiness.
And just a few short years too. That's
what's
insane.
Yes, they actually grew 200% in 400% in a 2-year span, which is huge, and no other direct sales company did that in history.
So there's something about this emotional stuff.
Absolutely. It's a psychological thing. So now Orville and Heidi Thompson are the CEOs and owners of the company, and we all hold a very special place in our heart to them, because they truly treat us like family. We, each and every one of us, it doesn't matter if you're brand new or have been with the company for years, they truly do care about each and every one of us. And so there's something about that. It just makes us want to really do well and share that culture with others. What is that culture? The culture that they have instill into our hearts is 3 core values: simplicity, authenticity, and generosity. Simplicity, meaning keep it simple. The human nature in us, we make things harder than it is, especially when it is simple. We kind of question saying, okay, this is too easy. There's a catch. There's something, it must be harder.
Let's make it hard.
Yeah.
Hard.
And in the end, you know, if you go back to, am I keeping it simple? You usually find your way in your business. And if you apply it to your personal life, you'll find it works there too. Authenticity, I mentioned earlier. We're all authentic in different ways. You can see just by the look of us, our appearance, we're all very different, authentically different people. We also have different skill levels, different characteristics about us, personalities. But the one thing in common we all have is the love for each other, which Scentsy has helped us have, and the relationship we built, the love for Scentsy, and the culture that it's actually brought to us. And which the Scentsy mission explains it itself. To bring value to the world by providing an industry-leading, family-friendly business opportunity selling creative, artistic, high-quality products that warm the heart, enliven the senses, which it surely does, and inspire the soul. And that's one thing that we all agree upon, that it's definitely just inspired us to be better people, where that personal growth comes from, and to serve all of you and anybody that buys from us, hosts with us, or joins this amazing journey with us.
Next.
Talk about the generosity just really quick.
Oh, I'm so sorry. See, generosity. I almost missed a core value.
Because generosity encompasses you guys watching this right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. So thank you, Janette. See, you can't do this alone. That's one of the reasons. I'm going to throw that in. They're going to be mad at me because I'm throwing in something.
We got each other's
the
back.
thing is that we can't do this alone. It's. Have you ever heard of the expression "work smarter, not harder"? I could not achieve and do the things that I do without these ladies and all of the amazing team members that we have. It's just not possible. But they always say, you know, more heads. What's the expression? More heads than one is.
Basically, when there's more, it's better.
Yes. Anyways. All right. So generosity. Scentsy teaches us the core value of giving more than taking. Meaning, you know, as sponsors, sometimes we'll invest time in you if you're looking for us to assist you. And sometimes we're not going to be compensated for that. We can't guarantee that we're going to financially be compensated, but to know that we're adding value to your life or your business, that needs to be enough. And the beauty of the compensation plan pays us back tenfold in the end. It may not be specifically with you, but with the people that we serve, our clients, our hostesses, and of course our team members, as well as just having that culture in our personal lives and bringing and spreading the culture to our community. So generosity is huge. If you lead with that, you'll do amazing things.
So now my turn. So if you're still watching and you haven't turned it off yet, you're obviously thinking to yourself, what do I need to do? What's required of me to become a consultant? Well, first of all, you have to click that little button that says join. Mm-hmm. And once you do that, you're only required, you might be asking yourself, am I required to sustain a minimum amount of sales? Well, the only requirement for you to sustain is $200 of retail volume, personal retail volume. But personal doesn't mean that you have to purchase that product and keep it. You can share that product with other people, like your family, your friends, neighbors, strangers, believe it or not, are the ones that are more apt to buy from you because they see your excitement and they want to purchase. So $200 every third month. Not quarterly, but every third month from your last order. Do you need to carry stock? Absolutely not. You do not need to carry stock. It is possibly an option for you if you are doing events, like some of us here do events periodically, and you want to keep a little stock just to entice people to come and visit your booth and share the product with them. You can also carry stock to share the product with new potential customers by giving them what we call a borrow bag with a warmer and wax and maybe a room spray, just so you invite them and let them see what the product's all about. If you want to do basket parties, and we'll get into that a little bit later, you can incorporate some of that product in your basket party to share with your host, and she can then in turn share with her customers and friends and family. Now, is it required for you to sponsor new teammates? It's absolutely not required for you to sponsor new teammates. It's recommended to grow your business for an income reason. Like if you're looking for a specific income from this business and you're wanting to work it as a business, then most definitely it is recommended for you to share the opportunity and to bring in business partners to join you on this journey and to have that extra income.
And sit and have coffee with you like
Yes.
that.
And have extra income coming from your new teammates. Are there any extra fees? There are extra fees that are an option for you to have to help you grow your business and expand your business with your family and your friends. You have a PWS, which is your personal website, which if you have one, that's where people go and join your team on and or purchase product from you if they're out of state or in a different region, if you are subscribed to that region. And I'll get to that in a second. The regions are, and the PWS is $10 a month. The regions, we have 3 different regions because we have expanded throughout the world.
Yeah, global.
We're global. So there are different regions that you can subscribe to where people can go on there to join your team. In region 1 that we're part of, which is Canada and Mexico, you can also sell product in there and sponsor, but all the other 2 regions, I believe you're limited to just sponsoring. And for the scent of the month and the warmer of the month, that's also an option for you to have. We have every month, Scentsy comes up with a new special because they like to keep it exciting and new for your customers. So every month you have a warmer that is dedicated to, say, the month of May, and that warmer is available at 10% off. And you as a consultant are able to get that kit prior. I think it's a month and a half prior to the actual launch date. And you're able to purchase that warmer along with 10 bars of wax and other business essentials that will help you promote that warmer and scent for that future month. And that cost varies from $35 to $75 plus shipping and tax.
And it also goes towards your monthly sales goal.
Yeah, I was headed there. So that goes towards your PRV, and you can earn commission off that. So it's kind of double dipping. Once you're investing in your business, you get commission off of it, and you can use that as a tax write-off.
And you turn around and sell it.
Yeah, you turn around and sell it. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win. So I think next we have Janette.
It's me, guys. So I get to talk to you guys today about getting paid. And a lot of people, ask the question. They ask the question of, okay, so what's in it for me with this whole Scentsy business? And, we're all driven pretty much by pay. I mean, everybody talking here has pretty much talked about how, it's made a difference. The income has made a difference in one way, shape, or form in their lives. And, the core values that Jess talked about with simplicity, extremely important to remember. When it comes to getting paid, Scentsy makes it really simple for you too. So again, you have tools, you have ways that you can be able to utilize a pay scale that can be whatever you want it to be, okay? So you get paid every month, once a month, at the 10th of every month. So in the month of May, since that's the month that we're currently in now, whatever it is that we are sharing, the product we're sharing, the sales that we're making, all of that, you get paid for that on June 10th. It's not enough that you get paid, because when you hit certain milestones, you also get bonuses from the company, which is unreal. I mean, just by doing what you love best. And again, going back to the simplicity, the reason we even share the product anyway is because we love it. And so when we're talking to people, we're talking about what we love most about the product. I love this fragrance. I love how the wax melts. I love how it makes my entire downstairs smell amazing. Or, I get to cover up the funk feet from, my kids and my dog hair smell and all that. Anyway, back on topic. So, and how do you actually, moving on. So we get a debit card, and you can see this, right? So that's how Scentsy pays you. They actually give you your money on a debit card, which they then send to you. And all of this information on how you get paid, because you're going to want to know, how do I sign up for that? How do I get paid? When do I get my paycheck? You're going to find all that on your workstation. And that workstation is an invaluable tool for you to be able to utilize. And in your your sign up, once you're going through and going, what is it called? What do they call that?
Pay portal.
Yeah, but it's also a part of the process when you actually sign
the
up.
First things first.
Yeah,
checklist.
Exactly, the checklist. It will actually give you an option for your pay portal, and pay attention to that because you'll want to find out, the crucial things of how to get paid.
P.S. That thing is cute, and people get surprised that you make money off of it when you're paying.
Conversation starter.
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, and then commissions breakdown. It can be kind of daunting. I'm not going to lie, because when I very first joined, this is what it looks like. Can you guys see that? And it's very colorful. When you get your kit, which they're going to talk about what you get in your join kit, it's very colorful, and there's a lot of things to think about. But all you need to know, honestly, is that you're going to get paid at whatever level you're at. Your basics are when you very first join. As you're joining now as a new consultant, you are what we call an essential consultant. That gives you 20% commission. Then your next level that we're working toward is 25%, and then you can go up from there with bonuses and everything else. I'm just going to make a quick little comment on recruiting, because that was something that was talked about with Liz a few minutes ago. And it's not necessary to have to do it, but when you do invite business partners to be a part of you, we don't get paid. You don't get paid to invite them on, which is what separates us and differentiates us from the fact that people have the fear of pyramid schemes. So look that up, go on Google like I did, check it out, see what a pyramid scheme is, and then just know that you're not a part of that, because we don't get paid for asking people to join our teams. But as we do business and as we work our businesses, we get bonuses aside from what everybody else is doing. So on that note, check out your workstation.
Absolutely. So by now you may be asking yourself what Lauren is going to talk about, because it's actually her turn.
Because it's actually my turn. She's always getting in my way. I'm like, wait. Okay, so.
She just let her talk. She's like, score.
I was like,
talk now.
jump. Okay, so a lot of people don't realize that Scentsy is a party planning business. And so basically what we do, I tell people this all the time, I get paid to go to people's houses and eat their food and smell Scentsy, and I get paid. Like, that is my job. So there's a couple different types of parties. You can do home parties, which is just getting a group of people together. You have a hostess who collects the rewards, getting a group of her friends together, sitting around, smelling, collecting orders, and she gets the rewards. For me, those are my favorite, because it's literally 2 hours of.
Tell them about how they don't have to have a hostess, that they can get it for themselves.
I will.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun. Sorry.
So,
I screwed you up. I'm sorry.
So home parties, it's 2 hours of work, and you can make your whole month's sales. So a qualifying party is 200, and what Liz talked about is your minimum sales is 200. So since you see the theme here. So a minimum party is 200. That's when you start collecting rewards. In my experience, especially with home parties, typically it goes beyond 200 in sales. So 2 hours work, you're selling anywhere from 200 to I've had $1,200 parties. You can do basket or tote parties, which are basically parties on the go. They're little baskets full of Scentsy goodies, or tote bags full of Scentsy goodies that are out there working for you that you give to a hostess. Or you can do online, Facebook. So that also, with Liz talking about the personal website, is where it's really important to have that personal website, because you will get those online orders or do online parties. The best way to think about a qualifying party, because sometimes I think it can be daunting, of 200 in sales, or oh my gosh, a $500 party or a $1,200 party. A qualifying party is 4 people spending $50. It's that simple. If you have 10 to 15 people at a party, not a problem. So also, if you don't necessarily always have to do parties. I suggest doing a couple parties a month, and then you don't have to stress about anything. One of the best parts about parties, especially home parties, is the relationships you build. That's where you're going to find your next party, your next hostess. That's where you're going to start finding your teammates. That's where you're at least going to start building that relationship with the customer, that you will be surprised how often I hear, oh, I just buy online. I buy from everyone, or my Scentsy girl quit. So it's like you you start to build that relationship and they turn into loyal customers that will order from you every month and help you reach that 200. And as you go through your business and build those relationships, you're going to have zero problem hitting your sales goals, whatever they may be. The other nice thing about qualifying parties is just by collecting outside orders or doing your own launch party, you get the rewards. So you can be your own best customer. Yeah. Like we've literally filled our entire houses for free.
What's
Yes.
the
With Scentsy,
Oh, yeah.
you know? So be your own best customer and you can, you know, get all these goodies for free and half off. Your hand soap. I mean, stuff you already use.
Laundry.
You know, so even if you're looking at doing the bare minimum, you can get all these things, get a commission off of it, and get discounted goodies. You know, your laundry stuff, your cleaning stuff, your hand soaps, your wax and warmers. You know, we have groom stuff and skin stuff, so it's all stuff you already use. So that's the main reason I like parties, is building the relationships, and I do my own parties and get my own stuff for free. So then as far as, I'm going to get a little bit into the earning potential. So like she said, our commissions range from 20% plus. So think about if you did a $500 party every week of the month, that would be $600 a month paycheck. Okay. So parties are definitely the way to
The vehicle.
go. Yep.
Which is like picking one day a week that you do a party. That's it.
Yeah. And again, here's the thing is like, you're getting paid to go party. Why would you not want to do multiple parties a month or multiple parties a week? The nice thing is you can work as little or as much as you want. But I love doing parties. I love going and getting to hang out with my friends and, like I said, eat food and drink their drinks. Yeah, like that's what I get.
You don't have to have dinner. They feed you.
dinner plan.
Yeah,
You know,
I wanted a party. I'm hungry.
I wanted to just add to that too, that, you know, every single one of us has a different forte in how we operate things. Maybe one is a little more of a master in events. Maybe one is a little more of a master in home parties or basket parties, or has a little more information about that. So don't think that you have to be, you know, when you're thinking about parties, keep an open mind, because there's so many different avenues, and literally it's possible to be able to have 4 parties a week if you wanted to. I know that sounds crazy, but if you change it up and you do basket parties and you do home parties and you do Facebook parties and even events, it's so possible. You can still live your life, do the things that you had done normally, you just get an little extra.
Well, and I think there's some hesitation sometimes with doing parties because people are like, oh my God, I have to, like one of the top fears in the world is public speaking. And so I think people think like, oh my God, I have to do a party and talk. I don't know anything about Scentsy and da-da-da-da. It's not that. It's sitting down and sharing your favorite scents, and you will learn as you go, and the product sells itself. Parties are really more about selling yourself and building those relationships. And once you build those relationships, you'll start seeing people joining your team and booking parties with you, and at least being those loyal customers because they love you. The product, you don't even have to worry about selling. It sells its freaking self.
Good info.
I just have to say, sitting like this is how I do my parties half the time. I'm sitting with my people on the floor with them. I'm not all up on the, you know.
That's definitely good coaching information, but next.
Now,
Okay, now it's my
Now
turn.
you can go.
Awesome. Now I can go. Okay, so one of my favorite things about Scentsy is just really the amount of support that we get, not only from the company, but also from other Scentsy consultants. And so it all starts with the support that we get from right at the get-go with our starter kit. We get everything in our starter kit to help us launch a successful business. And Liz is going to actually go into what you get in your starter kit. But in addition to your kit, you actually get access to the training center on your website. And in your training center, it has an unlimited amount of videos and past calls that you can go and you can learn about everything under the sun that includes Scentsy. And you have 24 hours, 7 days a week access to this training center, and it's updated weekly with new information. So it's literally impossible to learn everything that there is to know. There's constantly new stuff coming out, and the possibilities are endless. We, as Jessy's Angels group, we have monthly meetings, and then we also have weekly calls, and we have weekly webcasts. So if you crave the live connection and you have the time for the live connection, then there's the opportunity for that. But the cool thing is that it's all recorded too. So you can literally listen on your own time when your own schedule permits. So for example, if, you know, we have a call at 9 o'clock on Tuesdays, if you can't be there live on 9 o'clock on Tuesdays, then watch it at 5 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, or whenever it is that you have time. You can literally work this business on whatever your schedule permits, and it's so awesome. We also have Scentsy hosted events, which is actually why I joined. We have a family reunion once a year, which is what we call our convention, and then also another event called World Premiere, where it gives us an opportunity to connect with other Scentsy consultants from around the US, Canada, and Mexico. And it also gives us an option, or the opportunity, to talk to people, top leaders in the company, ask them questions directly, rub elbows with them, and also an opportunity to connect with our amazing owners over in Oroville and Heidi. And you have like opportunity to shake their hand and get their picture taken, ask them questions, and it's just a really cool thing that Scentsy offers. And they also have consultant support, which is Monday through Friday.
So much.
You can call consultant support and ask them any business related question. And then also you have the opportunity to actually chat online with them too. So if you don't have time to call, maybe you're at work or something and you have a question, you can chat with them online and they'll answer your questions as well.
And they're like the nicest people.
They are the nicest people in the world. And what's cool is that when you do call consultant support, each time you call them, they will give you, each time you call them, they give you tips on how to work your business. So they will say, well, the next time, this is where you can find this information. And it's really cool because, you know, at first, when you first join, you may feel like you're calling consultant support all the time because you have a ton of questions.
I still do too.
Yeah, absolutely. But eventually, you'll learn where to find this information on your own, and we're all here to help you and teach you with that. And one of the ways that we do that as well is through Facebook groups. So all of us have our own team page on Facebook. We also have a group page, and these pages we use for trainings. We also use to connect each other with other consultants on our team. And the most important thing I think that we use our team pages for is really to cheer each other on, because that's really such a huge part of the culture of Scentsy. It's just cheering each other on. And so you can actually, and then if you crave more than all the things that we've talked about, then you can actually also have one-on-one training calls with other people. So it's like there's just so much training involved.
You're never for a laugh.
And exactly. And even though we're independent Scentsy consultants and we own our own business, we are never in this alone. It's an amazing culture that I think we all feel privileged to be a part of. Absolutely. So I think next is not me.
What? Yes.
That'd be me. Okay, I'm 9. All right, so how many hours a week does it take to be successful is a big question that people ask us. So first I want you to think about, what does success mean to you personally? Because what I think is successful, and each and every one of us sitting here, we all have a different vision of what success is. So it's very important for you to understand your vision first and then be able to share it with us so we can help break that down for you of what that would look like as far as how much activity and time you do have to put in your business to receive that goal or that success that you're seeking. So in order to define it and break down the activity and time, let's use the example of you want to bring home an extra $100 a week to your income, to your household. Then we would be able to break down how much sales you'd have to bring in each month in order to bring in a $400 paycheck. And then we would break it down even further of where you would plug that activity into your specific schedule, because everybody has a different schedule, right? And of available time. But you also have to ask yourself, are you willing to put that time in that slot? So if you only have 2 hours at the end of the day after the kids go down, are you willing to utilize it for your business? So you may have the 2 hours, but it's a different story if you're not willing to utilize it and sacrifice those hours to learn your business and to work your business. Because there is a learning curve. We have to remember, whenever we start something new, a new business, a job, a new skill we're trying to learn, there's a portion that you're learning the craft, right? So what takes you maybe 2 hours in the beginning to do one specific action or task, over time, the more you work your business and you learn your craft, it may take you 10 minutes to get that done, because you've learned different skills and tricks and whatever shortcuts to make it an easier action, because you know your business.
Like the first time I tried to enter in an order.
Oh my gosh. Took me like 2 hours.
Right?
Now I'm in the order.
And
Exactly.
you're not alone.
Yeah,
No.
You're not alone.
that's definitely a skill.
Whatever you're struggling with, we've been there and done.
Oh yeah, and then some. So it's very important to know what you're willing to do, and that's what your upline's here to do, is to help you. But you do have to. We will be as involved in your business as you want us to be, but we will put into your business as much as you put into your business, if that makes sense. So find that joy in the journey is a kind of like a theme that we always kind of share with our groups, because Scentsy should be fun. Scentsy is a happy, it's, again, we talked about earlier, it creates emotions, it creates memories, and then usually it's happy ones. And so whenever things are getting hard, always go back to your core values of simplicity and authenticity and generosity. Somebody amazing in my upline when I first started said that to me. Whenever you're struggling, whenever you feel like it's just too hard, I can't do this, ask yourself, am I keeping it simple? Am I being authentically me, or am I comparing myself to the way Janette does things, or Lauren, or whatever? And so, and then am I being generous? Or am I doing this for a selfish reason? And that usually brings you to your answers, and things come together. So can make sure you focus on the journey. And one last thing that I'm going to say is that Scentsy should be a vehicle, and that's the way we hope it is for you. A vehicle to find and achieve a goal, or to find you to guide you to find that purpose in life. And it may end up being that Scentsy's a way of life for you, and Scentsy is your journey, or it may just be a small detour for where you're going in life. But if we can help you accomplish whatever you're trying to achieve while you're on this journey with us, we've all accomplished our
mission.
goals.
That's our goal.
Bam. What comes in your starter kit? Have you hit that join button yet?
Where is that join button?
In your and your sponsor's PWS.
Yes.
And in your starter kit, what you get is 25 catalogs. We'll use this as an example. You get 25 catalogs. This is an older catalog, but you get catalogs. You get bars of wax. You get the latest and greatest, most popular warmer that everyone's buying and wants their little sticky little fingers on. You'll get a card bar or a scent circle. You'll get a room spray. You'll get a counter cleaner. You'll get washer whips. You'll get your consultant guide.
Kid again. I'm
I
sorry.
know, right?
Your consultant guide, and I believe they get a tote.
They
Yes!
have
We
an
didn't get that tote.
You get a fancy schmancy little tote to carry all these fabulous products in. You get order forms to get your business up and running.
It's almost worth it just to buy that if you're going to buy Scentsy anyway, just so you can get the stuff.
You get host and join brochures so you can share the opportunity and the possibility of earning products for free. And you get 3 months of your PWS, which is that amazing website that you get where people can go on and purchase from other realms or regions or countries and across the US, or people that, just find you on the consultant
Website.
search, right? And want to see your pretty little face and say, hey, I like her. I want to order from her.
I want to push that button.
Yes. So it definitely does pay for itself. It's only $99 and you get all this amazing stuff. Just the website alone for 3 months is $30. So bam. Enough said.
What?
Enough said.
So click that little button and join us, and we hope to see you at our next team meeting.
Yay.
Does that make me next?
No.
I think I'm next.
All right, go ahead,
Show me before I cut anybody off.
We just keep trying to get in each other's business.
So all this sounds so simple, right? Well, I am here to tell you that it actually can be simple, but it does take simple doesn't mean easy. I'm not going to lie, you know, but I will tell you that I'm going to tell you my story right now. And I was elected because I'm the baby of the family right here. The baby. So I joined just over a year ago.
But she's not in diapers anymore.
But no, I left those behind. But when I joined, I actually joined because you know, I was a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to get out of the house and make friends. Jess, who was my consultant at the time, you know, started talking about the business and talked about this Scentsy family reunion. And I was like, what? Tell me about that. So it was literally a reason to get out of the house and leave my littles behind. So that's why I joined, was to make friends. And probably about 2 hours after I joined, I actually almost quit because I started doing that negative self-talk that most of us do. I don't know anybody because I had like 4 friends.
Sometimes.
I don't have the time. My husband works long hours, 14-hour days during the week and 8-hour days on the weekend. So I'm, you know, essentially a stay-at-home mom. I mean, just like all these thoughts go through my head of all the reasons why I wanted to quit. And then I just ended up thinking, you know what, worst case scenario, I'm just going to, you know, sell enough to get my kit money back. I've got 3 months to do it, and then I can quit after that. So what I ended up doing was I ended up bringing testers to a baseball game, and we were out of town, and I drove 45 minutes to meet Jess to pick up testers on the other side of Phoenix. We were in Phoenix, and the whole time that I was at the baseball game, before I picked up the testers, I was talking to the people, and I was just really excited about the product. And all I had was a catalog, and you know, people were looking at the catalog and they wanted to smell the testers. So I drove 45 minutes to get the testers, brought them back, and it was so really cool when once they started smelling stuff and they started buying things, it was like a drug for me because it made me want to share more, because that's all I was doing. I literally was not selling. I wasn't trying to convince anybody to do anything. It was just me simply sharing the product. And so after that, it was just it was like a drug to me, and I started sharing it with everybody. And within my first 8 months, I actually promoted 5 times up the company to direct.
Yes.
And then I also, in December, a really cool thing happened because I was able to pay for all of my Christmas presents without putting anything on my credit card. And that was super cool with a family of 5 trying to buy Christmas presents for 5 people. You can imagine that Santa Claus gets poor. So being able to not have to put anything on the credit card was such a blessing for me. And then in January, this is just 10 months after me joining the company, I actually found out that I earned a top 100 spot for the top 100 consultants in the whole world for a free trip on an African safari. My husband and I. And this was a trip that I found out about in July, just 3 months after I joined, that I thought was impossible for me for it to happen for me, because I just joined the company 3 months prior. I was like, oh, you know what, I'm not going to earn that, but you know, we'll see what happens. And when I actually earned the top 100 spot, it was, I don't know, it was just super cool, because something that I thought was unattainable was absolutely attainable, and it all happened in under a year for me. Yeah. I was very intentional with what I did, and I worked really hard. And the cool thing about Scentsy is the harder you work, as Jess said at the beginning, the harder you work, the more you get paid, and not just financially, but like just, I mean, personally, and that, you know, with the trips and everything, it really is everything that you could ever want it to be. Just, you know, if you believe that you can do it. And that's what happened for me, is I finally believed that I could do it, and it happened. So it was super awesome. So you might be thinking right now, hopefully you're thinking, how do I join and what do I do? Well, you're going to go to your consultant's website and you're going to click join, as Liz has said over and over. You're going to click join, and then you are going to fill out all your information. And one of the cool things you get to fill out is you actually get to choose your own website. So have that in mind, what you want to use as your very own website, because you choose your own website name. And then you'll go through the enrollment, and then you'll click submit, and then voila, you're an active consultant.
Done.
Automatically.
You can sell that very
second.
Yes.
You can direct people,
and we'll celebrate with you.
Absolutely. And then you can do what we've all done. It's awesome.
And be your own boss.
And you can be your own boss. Yep,
and attend
you're
meetings like
done.
this and skip out early because I got to go pick up my son.
Bye, y'all.
And your boss won't be mad at you.
I know, right?
Am I next?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so we're closing up anyway because we know we fed you a lot of information, but this is the question moment. This is the moment where you actually probably are filled with a lot of questions that you might have, and we want you to feel comfortable to go to your sponsor and ask as many questions as you need to, because that's what we're here for. We all are encouraging you to be able to just reach out. And you have heard that you have so many different avenues. Those Facebook pages are crucial. Emails are crucial. There's so many different ways that you can contact your sponsor or your director or your superstar director if you need be, to be able to just get information that you need. But I do have one question for you, and it's the last question that I'm going to ask, and that is why? What is your why? When we talk about, you know, all the different ways that we can actually that we come into this business and the things that we want to do, the type of money that we want to make, or maybe it's not even about the money, but maybe it's because you want to start going on trips. I know that's one of my things, is that we work so hard, my husband and I work so hard, and we have a family that we don't get to have the money to be able to go on trips. And so that's what I'm working for. So what is your why? Ask yourself that question, because coming into this business, you're going to be so much more productive and a lot more, you're just going to have a stronger sense of who you are and be able to couple that with the reason why you're doing what you're doing. And don't think that your why, if it's too big or too little, it doesn't matter. It's all you, whatever you choose for it to be. So on that note, ask questions and don't be afraid. Just go for it.
And then I have a question to ask you guys that Jess always reminds me to ask. Right now, you guys are probably all making excuses of why you, like, what's going to hold you back? What might happen? I don't know. So I want you guys to ask yourself, what's holding you back? And then really think about, I always tell people, worst case scenario, you get this amazing kit and a bunch of Scentsy for $99. Worst case scenario. You know, and Jess talked about finding joy in the journey rather than sit here and analyze, you know, like this girl did. Rather than analyzing,
and this girl does
who's
too.
gonna buy from me? What do I, you know, we all went through that. Rather than that, find joy in the journey. Just make the leap, buy the kit, and see how things go.
You have nothing
right?
to lose.
No, you don't.
You have nothing to lose and everything to gain, for sure.
Amen. So then I'm going to close with a quote. So this is a quote from Heidi Thompson, one of the owners of Scentsy, and she talks about the power of one. She says, the smallest act can ripple and spread and have a bigger impact than you ever imagined. Every one of us has the power to make a difference in each other's lives and in the lives of the people we meet. What if you were the one? The simplest act can change the world. And we're all perfect examples of that, of one person introduced us to Scentsy, or one person asked us to join. And because that one person asked us, and we've asked one person, and that one person's asked, you know, it's a ripple. It's changed our lives. We've gotten to see it change the lives of our teams. You know, even people who aren't on our teams that we've met through convention and stuff like that, we've seen their lives change. So it's all because Orville Thompson, or, you know, because Colette and Kara made wax, and then Orville bought it.
It's all because of Oprah.
Heidi said yes, and then they turned into direct sales, and blah, 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 blah. So it's, you know, all because of one person. What if you are that one person? Yeah. And what if this one decision can change your life? Which I'm going to tell you about.
Amen, sister.
Amen.
Dropping the mic.
So with that, we hope to see you on this journey with us. You obviously see you have a lot of cheerleaders that are here to root you on and support you. And so we hope that you decide to go to your future sponsor's website and start your journey. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us as well. We will leave our information in this video. But we do encourage you to reach out to your sponsor, because you have a relationship with them, and they'll be able to know what you're looking for and what you're not looking for, and then we'll be able to help you guys together. Have a sensational
Adios.
Bye.
Good night.